All right. I need to, bro. My downstairs neighbors are making my entire apartment shake. I don't know what they're doing. Let me get the bot. I should probably open Discord. Dude, I don't like... So I've got a button on my Stream Deck that is supposed to open up all of my stream stuff, including Discord, but for some reason it doesn't actually work. It refuses to actually open Discord. Don't know why. Don't like it. Whoop, stop. Okay. Sure. Okay. That works. Yo, what's up, Ewer? How's it going? We are gonna make some levels. Or maybe just one level. I don't know. I've got an idea. But we'll have to see. Let me do this, I think. I need to install the correct version of Will You Snail, because I've been working on the racing mod, and so I do not have the current version of Will You Snail installed. What did I miss? Depends. When were you last here? This stream, I literally just started, so you didn't miss much. Yo, what's up, Scale? Thank you for the subscription. All right, Lex Luthor. Does Lex Luthor doesn't have a beard, right? He's like an egghead. Sorry, I am trying to get the right version. Do this. Update. Okay. 10 months in a row too. Nice. A while, like 4 streams ago. So last stream I basically did nothing. I tried to make a level and I failed, and then I played some Trackmania. The stream before that, I don't actually know. I feel like I haven't done well. Okay, so there was one of the past few streams I did a challenge run of Will You Snail, where I tried to beat the game using only 2 buttons. What? What? Oh, my word. Okay, give me a second. So that was fun. I don't think I really did anything prior to that, though. I don't know. It's been a while. Thank you for the hydrate. The cut I missed? Oh, yeah. Yup. No, I needed a haircut. Full screen that. Okay. Let me switch over. Boom. Hopefully this works. Okay, looks like it does. Phenomenal. Yo, what's up, Glitch? Which door behind you is real? You gotta pick one. There's a goat behind one of them and a car behind the other, and you get whatever is behind the door that you pick. Last stream I did nothing. Boy, ain't that the truth every stream. Shut up, Skill. Okay. Let me go into this save file. We're making a new level. Has been a moderator for 18 months. There's a notification for that now. 18 looks like an open smile emoticon that has got cut off with a slightly diagonal line. It kind of does, yeah. Diffnify my message? I'm sorry, what? They're both fake. Stone is just locked in a room, Mr. Beast style. Yeah. That's why you always see me stream from this room. It's because I don't exist anywhere else. Just like a character in a video game, my entire existence is tied to my bedroom. That didn't make any sense. You get the idea. I'm not even a mod. I don't even intend to have your streams. You have the moderator thing. You are a moderator. I'm here for a bit before we get ice cream. Yo, nice. What kind of ice cream? Okay, is it real ice cream or is it frozen custard? Is it fake ice cream? Height reveal stream when? I feel like I've... Did I not do that on camera? I feel like I measured myself on camera at one point. Which 2-level campaign are we making this time? No, we're making a troll level. This is going to be the 4th level in the troll campaign. Because I had an idea earlier. I was gonna make it a 3-level campaign. Because I ended up making a 3rd level. And so I posted it in the Discord and said, hey, here's a troll campaign. And then I had an idea. And I want to see where it goes. Where is it? Level theme? Here we go. Every good set of levels needs an underwater level. So, we are going to be trolling underwater now. I'll send a pic in Discord. A racing campaign for the... Whoa. 7 stream streak. Very nice. A racing campaign for the multiplayer mod would be cool. It would be cool. The way that it would all have to be a single level, I think, because like the way that the racing mod works is it just checks the room ID that the snail is currently in, which for all custom levels, it's the same room ID. So it doesn't matter what custom level you're playing, it will always appear as if you're in the room with anybody else playing a custom level, which includes the event campaigns. So I would have to change that logic specifically for custom levels, which is kind of awkward because the mod is meant for both the speedrunner version of the game and the modern version of the game, and adding that kind of a feature would only really work for the modern version of the game because the speedrunner version doesn't have the level editor. So it gets kind of weird. What are these in Refresher 2? What? What does that mean? They're in Refresher. That's like a week if streams were 24 hours long and daily. I don't think I could stream for 24 hours and daily. I don't think I could stream daily. That sounds like a nightmare. So the idea that I had was water levels are special in that they actually have like the momentum. I mean, like the other levels have, normal levels have momentum as well. It's just that like in a water level, if you hold right and then stop holding right, you keep moving for a bit, right? In a regular level, that doesn't happen. So we can exploit that. My eardrums, I have to figure out how to turn that down. Thank you for the 100 bits. I'm going to regret sending you money because your Kansas dollar is weaker than the USD. Yeah, that's right. Kansas has their own currency, and it's... the exchange rate is just absurd. You know, you really just shouldn't send me money. That's the conclusion that you draw there. Just don't send me money. I would hate that. It hurts my eardrums every time. Like, you just shouldn't send me money. That would be horrible. I don't want that to happen. I don't know, you could be like super not healthy. Move delay forever. Gravity, yes. Don't ever jump. And if you do, don't jump high. Okay. So interestingly, if you have like speed 0, you know, jump probability 0, stuff like that, like this enemy becomes basically just like, it essentially becomes this block. Except it's affected by gravity. Boom. All right, if you run into it, you die, but it's affected by gravity. You can kill it with a gun, which you can't do with the regular block. Ouch. Is that a... wait, what is that? That's another 100 bits. No, it's 140. Jeez. Wow. Okay, thank you. Hang on, I think I missed a couple of chats. Daily, you mean consistent? Oh yeah, I forgot custom levels share the room ID. I was literally there when you explained it. It's the same for Christmas campaign, isn't it? Yeah. Any event campaign is treated like it's got the same room ID as a custom level. It's a historical fact Kansas is made up and doesn't actually exist. However, I heard Congress is passing the bill to allow it to. The existence of the center of the United States is purely determined based on the whims of Congress. If they wake up one day and decide that Kansas shouldn't exist, then that explains why I don't stream on those days. Because I get yeeted from existence pretty much. Okay. So you guys are gonna have to help me. Because I only really had the like very basic idea for something like this. So I kind of want to make, you know, like I keep saying, troll levels are all about setting up expectations and then killing the player for having them. So if we have something like a large jump, right, where they have to expend a double jump, and then at the very last second, we drop an enemy on their face so they can't actually make the jump. Or maybe even better, we do something like this. Give me a player detector. Put it, you know what, let's put it like all the way over here. And then give me a wire. Boom. Let's make your gravity like 0. Wait, you can make the gravity literally 0? What does that do? It just stays in place? Whoa. Wild. Okay. Let's actually make your gravity super big. big gravity. Let's make your open speed a lot. Initial state open. We can put that there, and then we put this here. Can you still? Okay, so you can't see what? Oh, that's right. I'm dumb. Make that closed. Okay, so you can't see the top of the door. Unless maybe you jump up. Yeah, then you can see the top of the door. Okay, so we can just make it taller if we want to. But this is the idea, right? You have to go all the way over here. You have to expend a double jump. And when you do, oh, you're dead. Haha, get trolled. Easy peasy. We're off. All right, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Get some good ice cream. Why are we making troll levels in a rage game? Seems like watering the ocean. But what do I know? I unironically only play for the lore. I mean, I feel like it's a nice break, you know? You get... The idea is that we don't want to make it like super brutal. We just want to make it kind of funny, right? Because I feel like the vast majority of levels in this game, or custom levels in the game, are based on like precision platforming, which makes sense because this is like a precision platformer. Or I mean, it's probably more of a rage platformer, but you get the idea. So I feel like it'd just be fun. Let me delete this first. I feel like it's fun. It's a nice break, you know? Okay, here we go. So now if you jump up really high, okay, so you can still catch a glimpse of this. So let's just bring all of this up a little bit to here. You can go up here, give me a door, a closed door. Okay. That's probably a big enough hitbox, right? I have to assume so. Ouch. Okay. Oh, I should probably actually make the jump. Either this or vanilla style campaign, yeah. We are gonna have to make it so that the player can't just exit the level to the left side. Or go down here. I guess we should fill this pit with like spikes or something. That might make sense. Giant spike pit. Good luck. Oh. Lamau. Get stuck. Okay. And then we can just make a thing up here that like opens up the door, right? So then we need some logic. Give me this guy. Make it invisible. And then I'm gonna need I think I'm gonna need an inverted thing here. Give me one of these guys. Whoops. Make it invisible, generate power, bam. So we want to say this door should be closed if this one is activated, but not this one. I believe that should work. So yeah, so it's open right now. If I go over here, then it closes and I die. But if I go over here and then I jump around that guy and hit the hitbox up there, it opens again. Amazing. Now that hitbox, let me make this visible here. I want there to be at least some kind of an indication of where you should go. Okay. So it's not like... Can I accidentally run into that hitbox? Oh. I think I did. Ow. Wait, did I? No? What? What happened? Did I just miss the hitbox? Maybe. Not sure. Okay. What if you make the enemy fall slowly? We could do that. It's just I'm a little bit afraid that, like, you know, I feel like part of the funny part comes around like, oh no, this... Oh, whoops. Where, like, you get to this point, you're like, oh no, the door shut, now what do I do? And as you're thinking, now what do I do? It just falls in your head, you die. I feel like that's the funny part. But I like the idea. We could make a section later in the level where we have like a super slow falling one. Yo, what's up, Sigenderman? How's it going? I actually used to work on one back on old editor, and I stopped when I switched computer and lost all my levels. Oof. Hopefully I shall show up later. Hopefully. Okay, but how do I, like, indicate that this is where you're supposed to go? Because I think this is a good location for the hitbox, right? Because, like, you can just barely not get to it, I think. It seems like you just barely can't hit that. Ow. Oh, I might have been able to hit it with some coyote time. Maybe not. Okay. It actually seems okay. Why did this guy jump? In that last attempt, it jumped. But it shouldn't, unless I forgot to place it. Yeah, see, it's jumping. What? Hello? What did I do? You shouldn't be able to jump. What am I doing wrong? Somebody explain. If the probability is 0, why is it... Why? Oh. See? It's jumping. What the heck? Does it just not work underwater? I'm so confused. Yeah, see that, like, they're jumping no problem. What happens if I change it to standard? So it's just underwater that they just straight up don't listen to the jump probability? They just don't care. They just don't care about the jump probability when it's an underwater level. They just completely ignore that setting altogether. What? Dude, who made this game? Who made this game? If it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. Either he jumps or he doesn't. But, like, he almost always does when it's underwater. What if I change it to, like, 1? Okay, jump probability is 1. Oh, I forgot to make it underwater. You know what? Give me the test setup here again. And then make it underwater. Yeah, jump probability 1 has a very similar effect. It just like entirely ignores the jump probability. What? Okay. That kind of makes things a little bit more complicated because I really wanted this to not move, but I can't make it not move. Unplayable. Jonas is a terrible dev making this slop of a game. Right? This is completely unacceptable. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. What is this thing? Wow, that is slow. What? How often this... Wait, what? Dude, why? Why? Why is it called respawn rate when this is the respawn delay? This is the number of frames it'll wait before it respawns. Before it spawns. It's not the respawn rate. Ugh. Who made this game, dude? Bigger number should mean it spawns faster. That's what the respawn rate means. Okay. This is fine. Okay, so what happens if I put door? You know what? They actually spawn too fast. They spawn so fast that they bump into each other. So what if I door? Okay. Let's make it only once respawn. So it just puts one there and then it stays there. And now I can put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. And now since it's only once respawn, I can maybe I don't actually care how fast it respawns. But whatever, we'll just do that. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about it magically jumping. Whoop. Okay, that is a little bit slow. But I have gravity full, right? Yeah, gravity's full. Determines how quickly this object will fall. What if it's actually a low number? What if we actually have to have a really low number and that'll make it fall faster? No, that does actually make it fall slower. Like absurdly slow. Okay. So that number works as expected. But the spawn rate just like whatever, it's fine. 0 out of 10, too many squids, not enough snails. But seriously, what is this bug that's so specific? I'm honestly a little bit surprised that it's not like what version? It is 2.12, so it's like the most recent version. I'm surprised it hasn't been caught yet or like fixed. I don't know, maybe I'm the only person that's trying to use that enemy without jumping in an underwater level. I'm the only person in existence. Let's do something like this. Boom, there is now a line in the level. Okay. You should just stop a player if they step on specific tiles and set the enemies to slowly fall on them while they are forced to wait. So I did something in one of the previous levels in this campaign, which was kind of funny. I think what we can do, what we could do, let me make some space over here. What we could do is we could like have some kind of a hole for the player to get trapped in, right? And then we set this, make it really slow, make it like really slow, like painfully slow, right? I don't know how we would prevent the player from jumping out, but just like imagine that this is the setup. It's just like painfully slowly working its way. And then like you could imagine instead of this being that, it would be a box made out of doors. And then once this thing gets to like here, we would open up the top door maybe. And then as soon as this box is about to actually hit the player, we would open up the bottom door and then they would fall out. So we would trick them. We would make them think that they're about to die. And then actually the answer is to just wait. And then the bottom door opens and they can get out. Genius. So then if they do hit the reset button, that's the troll. You're not supposed to hit the reset button. What should we do with this line? So like I like this line being here to indicate that you have to jump up. But maybe we could do something on this left side with it as well. We could do something like this. What is this? Open speed. We could do something like this. There's a little bit of a margin for error over here on the right, but if you jump too high in the beginning of the level, oh, I'm in a box. If you jump too high at the very beginning of the level, if you cross that line, a bunch of spikes. Can you fit in between these two spikes? Maybe? I don't know. Still funny though. Can I change rotation? Okay. Wanted to know if I could change the gravity, but I guess not. And then if you jump like super high, you can't see them, can you? Nah, I think it's fine. That's way better. Their impatience is their demise. Exactly. Maybe make the player spawn above the wire on a platform. The wire then triggers a red herring trap before the real trap, the jump. So you're saying, like, have the player spawn up here, and then if they ever fall below it, we do something? Also something that I think would be funny. If we actually just leave this open. No, it's open by default. Okay. Close it. Or, I did mix that up. You get the idea. I can't select it. It won't. Wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me put this back. There you go. All right. Oh, look, I can just exit off the left side. Oh, snap. Dead. And then we do the same thing down here. I can just go under here. Oops, I can't. So close. Okay, and then I want to extend... I want to extend this wire all the way to the edge of the level. Slightly above, but with a wall, so obviously they can't choose the jump and the camera position, so they can't see what's coming. So, like, all the way up here? With a wall. I don't know. I kind of like this setup. We could extend this as well, maybe. Close. Oh, and then this needs to expand. Oh, of course, it doesn't join together. Okay. Okay. I kind of like this. So you go over here, dead. Down here, dead. Up here, not immediately dead, but it rains fire. Okay. So then you gotta cross this gap. Oh, you're blocked. And, well, there should be something falling on your head, but... Wait. What? This is a global thing? I mean, I guess that makes sense. The gravity of these blocks is global. Is that why there's the world thing there? Is that what that means? Is it the same for like a conveyor belt? Here's the conveyor belt. I had never noticed that before. There's like a world icon for things that are like universal. Okay. I did not realize that. Sure. Okay. in that case, maybe we can make this trap something else. We could make the thing that kills you something else, but I like this, I think. I don't know. So you have to go over here, and then you have to jump above the line in order to get it to open. I feel like that's fine, right? Surely. Okay. I do agree the spikes fit the rest of the level more than my idea. We'll stick with that then. What does this look like? Okay, yeah, it just displays the level, or the difficulty level. Okay, give me like an actual arrow. Rotate that in the upwards direction, make it look scale, here we go. Make it look like an actual arrow instead of a squished one. There we go. Make that, yeah. That's fine, whatever. Okay. So you have to go up here. Maybe not. Maybe not. How do we convince the player to get trapped into a box? Ooh, you know what we could do? Is we just make the box and this one be open. We just make the box, and then we put a big ol' arrow that points directly into the box that says, "Hey, go in here. You'll be safe. Trust me." We'll get rid of this because the idea is we want to drop out the bottom, right? Go in here. It'll be safe. Don't even worry about it. And then, okay, so we want this gravity to be a lot, which means we're gonna have to use something else. I don't think we can affect this gravity, right? Yeah. So maybe we do just use this guy. Because in this scenario, we don't really care about him jumping. Do we? Okay, make the gravity as low as it can go. Put it all the way up here. Give me a closed door. Let's detect the player. How are we gonna do this actually? I'm gonna need to do something like this. So let's put the horizontal offset. Yeah, bigger number means to the right more. So let's put it a single pixel to the right. That way we can put the player detector here. And what that'll do is that'll make sure that we can close this door behind the player and make sure that they're fully out of the way so we don't accidentally kill them. Closed. right? That should work. So if I now wire this door up to that detector, I'm still not far enough over? Okay. Let's move it a single more pixel to the right. 2 pixels. Oops. It doesn't work still. Okay. 3 pixels. Am I crazy? Like, that should work. Okay, you know what? Let's go all the way up to 10. Let's see if 10 works, and then we can binary search our way. 10 doesn't even work. I have this on the right setting, right? Yeah, detect players. Bro, what? How far over does this thing have to be? 20 pixels? What? $30 pixels? Now it works. Oh my word, dude. Whatever. I mean, the player still can't dodge the block, so it's fine. Comedy as rule of 3, so maybe make 2 harmless boxes as one-way doors and save the trolley box for the end of the level. Interesting. So does this guy activate buttons? If I do this, do you activate that? Oh my. Okay. Button. Unlock this door. And then invisibly it whoops. Don't generate power. Invisibly it also unlocks this door. Okay. So we get into this. We would prevent the player from being able to press that button, obviously, but like, you get the idea, right? We just make a wall. Easy. We hook this up to that as well. So we get into the pod. And then, oh, okay. This guy needs to fall slower. Gravity. It literally can't fall any slower. What? I thought it was gonna be like super slow. It's not nearly as slow as the other thing. What the heck? What is this garbage? That would also make the reset funnier. So they think the button opens the top door? Exactly. Okay, I know of a way that we can slow down this thing. And then we can set this to detect damageable enemies. And isn't there a flip conveyor belt thing? How do we do that? Or is that not something we can control with the wiring system? I thought there was some way we could manually flip the conveyor belt. Oh, here we go. Okay. Look ahead time. We don't care. Floor spike. We don't care. This stuff. We don't care. That's evil. I'm so proud. Conveyor belt flip probability. There we go. We just put all of these to 0 because we don't care. All we care about is it flipping the thing, right? Is that in any way how this works? Is that even remotely close to what I want to happen here? I don't think that's what I want to happen. I think that's maybe a little bit too fast, I will say. This is a bit off topic, but I need to ask, did anyone beat the first reverse pump conveyor level on Infinitely Easy? I'm convinced it's impossible. The first reverse pump conveyor level? Deactivate when exit? Maybe, yeah. Like in the main game, you mean? What's the... Like this level? A16? But inverted pump? How do I invert the pump? Where's that level? This one? First level, yeah, okay. I don't remember how to do this. You gotta bring it here first, I think, right? Something like that. Whoops, wrong level. What difficulty am I on? I am on Infinitely Easy. Okay. Okay. Get me. Ouch! Do I just have to wait for the conveyor belt to be facing the right way? Kind of, I guess. Oops. I don't remember how I did this. Oh! Okay, there we go. I guess you just have to let the conveyor belt take you. Take me away, conveyor belt. Let me through. I actually don't remember how to do this. Sorry for derailing the stream. Well, no, now I'm curious because I don't remember. I don't remember how to do this. I would imagine you have to get into the gap. It's like you'd have to time it with the conveyor belt switches to get in here. And then while the conveyor belt is moving to the left, you just have to jump off of it. Ooh. I almost had it. Oh, whoops. I did not jump at the right time. But something like that, I would imagine. Get me through, please. Get me through. Bro. Okay, there we go. Or I guess you could just like hold right and hope to get lucky, maybe. Nope. Okay. Well, it like switched immediately. It's like it's flickering back and forth. I can see what you mean now. Oh. Yeah, so like every time I try and do that, it just like flips the conveyor belt on me. It's weird. Jump when conveyor belt goes backwards. That's the whole trick, I think. I mean, that makes sense. It's just not very forgiving for me. Level is easier on higher difficulties because conveyors have stronger push forces. Because of higher speeds, just hold right and hope to get lucky. That's how I beat most of the levels on easy. Fair. I don't actually think I played this level on the easiest difficulty, right? Because it's just like all you have to do is play it on the very hardest difficulty and then it automatically counts. Okay, there we go. Jeez. It took me 4.5 minutes. That's wild. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense that it would be easier on harder difficulties. Cuz like it just like immediately flips back. Pretty much. Ow. Maybe it's faster to go this way. Yeah, like I have to go up here to get even into this gap. And then I just have to hope that it stays going to the right for long enough. That's wild. Yeah, that's wild. My attempt count never recovered. It's actually possible I was spreading misinformation. It is not easy though. That's weird. Let me put the pump back. It's this way. 1 hour mark celebrated by running into currents. Wait, what? No. No, yeah, because in order to get 100%, you only have to beat the level on the hardest difficulty. So I guess I just never actually played that level on the easiest one. Wild. But yeah, I guess just try and jump, like try and get into that gap at the very end, and then try and jump when the conveyors are facing to the left. But like otherwise, you just gotta pray, I guess, because like I don't really see another way of doing that. Okay, so like we can do this, right? As was suggested. But I feel like wait, what? It should have deactivated. First time? Maybe? Hang on, is that a global setting? It is not. Okay. So it only activates the very first time that you power it? No. What is this? Oh, the dance minigame. Does that change anything? Apparently it does. Okay, what's the point? What does this even do? What's the point of turning it off? What? What if this is like really low? Okay. I'm still stuck on that damn level 3 after 4 years. It's still the only regular level I could not beat on easy, so I actually don't know about 100% requirement. Do you actually need to beat all reverse pump levels on easy for 100%? I'm pretty sure, yeah. What the heck? We'll make it a 50-50. You either flip the conveyor belt or you don't. You know what? Why did it stop moving? Why did it stop moving? I'm not even halfway. Yeah. I forget how long it took me to 100% the game. Wasn't it something crazy like 6 hours? Over multiple days? I don't remember. I don't know. Why is it not moving? Why? Why does this game not make any sense? Took me 4 years to not 100% your time, so your time is not half bad. I mean, the first time I got 100% was what, like a couple months ago? And this game was released when? In like 2022? So, kind of similar, I guess. Dude. Okay, what if we make it this guy? Copy distance, like, absolutely nothing. No vertical flip, no, like, this guy's still gonna move around. It's still gonna move around. I don't understand this game. So, like, you can see it's very clearly affected by the conveyor belt, right? And then just all of a sudden, it decides to stop. It just decides it doesn't want to move anymore. Is it this? Is it the move delay? If I make that 0? Does that change anything? It is. So it just decides to stop being affected by conveyor belts. If it's trying to track your movement. I swear if this is another underwater specific thing. No, it does it in a regular thing. Okay. So at least it's not an underwater specific thing. Is there not a way to like manually flip the conveyor belt? Does it have to be controlled by the AI? Surely you can't just like connect it. No, you can't connect directly to the conveyor belt. Because like the frustrating part is that like so this is like this deactivates when the object exits, right? And this, its activation conditions is power and first time. All right. Okay, let me set this to that, right? But it just like spams the direction. I don't understand how to turn it off. How do I turn off the AI? I don't get it. It's just like when it's on, it's on. Like you don't... Like I assumed that making it power in first time means that the first time you power it, it activates, and then as soon as you stop powering it, it stops. But it just like stays on forever. My 100% save file was in the hundreds of hours mark when I completed it. Wow. Is that because, like, were you trying to get 100% and you just, because there's no way it took hundreds of hours to 100% if you were like actively trying for it, right? Like, you're pretty good at the game. I do not believe that it took you that much. Crazy how this game can come out a year before the AI was mainstream. 217 to be exact. Jeez. The whole reality is subjective philosophy is also becoming popular now, with two examples, E33 and TADC. I don't... Oh, Expedition 33? I have not played that. I don't know. I don't know anything about Expedition 33. But yeah, media around that kind of stuff is like it's still very much a fantasy. Like, it's interesting to think about, but there are some key points that make it not realistic. Maybe the trigger that looks like a clapboard. What is this? Music? What? The direction of the conveyor belts will be in when this object is activated. Oh. Editor underscore propt underscore opt underscore flip in parentheses English. Yeah, I think I want the conveyor belt to be in that direction. I think that's a good idea. I think I want the conveyor belt to be there. What? I'm in the sandbox version of the game, so this is not like the official most recent release. It's still the official version, but it's the sandbox of the most recent release. So like it shouldn't have this. I don't... What? What happens if you do this? Give me a button. Seemingly nothing. Okay. Interesting. Maybe a trigger that turns off the AI while the cube is falling. I don't know how to turn off the AI. That's the thing. Is that this AI box should not be getting powered as soon as the enemy leaves this exact square. So like when it's down here on the second conveyor belt, this AI box should not be powered. And yet it's still causing the conveyor belt to flip. So I don't understand why the AI thing is doing that. I don't know how to turn off the AI. The editor devs really just stopped caring about updating it. So like this isn't just like my files being weird. This is like an actual thing. Why though? Okay, I guess. So like damageable objects, exit equals true. That's fine. So while it's here, I want the conveyor belt to be left. Is this correct? Activation conditions, power. And for the first time. And then as long as it's in this bit, I want it to move to the right. Okay, let's just see what happens here. So it falls down, it switches. Okay. And then the music also changes because this apparently is set to something different. No change, okay. Go left here and here. Just do this. Okay. Does this work? And then it stops. That's actually kind of funny. I kind of I kind of want. Okay. That's interesting. Is there a different way we can hit the button? Because that's kind of funny. It stops right before it presses the button, and then as soon as it does that, I want something else to like swoop in and press the button instead. I don't know that such a thing exists though. Because what can hit buttons? This can, fish can, these two things. Basketball. Oh, by the way, Glitch, did you play the third level in this campaign? It's got basketballs. Jonas, your game is unplayable. Why are all these edge cases of the editor being found while making a troll level? That's kind of my job as a troll level creator. I have to find all the edge cases. If I didn't find at least one bug per stream, I feel like I failed, you know? The timer could really help. What's the timer? Is it this thing? It'll delay a signal. Okay. Sure. Can you make conveyors Slower? I think so. Yeah. That's a global setting, right? So it should just automatically apply. I did not mean to put a conveyor belt all the way up there. Yeah, now they're like painfully slow. This is good. The problem is after 5 seconds of it getting within range, it just decides to stop being affected by conveyor belts. Right? That's kind of what I'm having to work around right now. Like, I could switch it out for this enemy, but then it copies my movement. Which is not what I want. Do snowmen get affected by conveyor belts? They do. Do they fit in a one tile gap? They do. They don't fit one block vertically. Do they press buttons, though? Do they button? They do button. Okay. New idea. We're using snowmen. Phenomenal. Okay, now we just have to extend this whole thing. Goodbye. Okay. So this is gonna come from this direction. How can I change how tall they are? No. Okay, that's fine. How tall are they? Are they 2 blocks? Is that what I'm seeing? Give me conveyor. Boom. Okay. Can you fit underneath that? No. Okay. So they need a 3 block gap. So like here. Something like this. And then another 3 blocks. Another 3 blocks. Something like this. Perfect. And then we can make the camera look up at the dude. Okay. So now we'll take this. Yeah, don't change power. Let's actually, yeah, let's not make it first time because we can reuse this. So this one's gonna make it go left. This one's gonna make it go right. So now, damageable enemies. So now we set up our things here. And we say, okay, when it's on this one, we want it to go to the right. This one goes left, this one goes right, and this one goes left. Right, we shouldn't have to copy these triggers, I don't think. And then give me a camera. A camera. Let's vertical offset. I don't actually know if a bigger number means it goes up or down, but power first time. Should we zoom out? I can never remember if a lower number is zooming out or not. Whatever, we can put it down here. So now we do that. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so so we want a larger number so we can zoom out. Okay, bigger number means zoom out. And then we want the vertical to be negative. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, that zooms out maybe a little bit too much. Let's cool it on the offset and zoom out only like a little bit maybe. See what happens. What do we think? Is that like a good amount of zoom? What do we think? I think a fish could. Yeah, a fish can. I don't even know there was a third. I thought you gave up. I did on stream, and then I came back and made another one. We're free. And then the snowman gets stuck in the box after we leave. That's beautiful. That's actually perfect. If I can't find at least one bug per stream, I feel like I failed. Snails have a really short minimum detection range. Oh, that's right. They do. I forgot about that. I don't know. What do we think? Should I make it... Should I keep the snowman... Or should we make it the copycat snail? Everything's out of frame because snowman height? Yeah, so we move the camera. It's fun how Stone has an idea and will look at chat for responses, but we'll have tunnel vision by the time we send the messages. I mean, what do you want me to do? Ask a question and then just sit here saying nothing for 30 seconds so that Twitch can actually update everything? Because, like, I have to ask the question, then there's a delay before you actually hear me ask the question, then I have to wait for you to type in their answer, and then there's a delay between you hitting the enter key and it actually showing up on my screen. So, like, what do you want me to do? Already finished, let's keep it? Okay. Snowman Mafia is unlikely to get reused, so I would keep it. We aren't going to spend the whole stream on this conveyor tower. We could, though. That'd be fun. We could make the entire level a single tower. Okay. So, if we play through the entire level here, you can't go to the left or down because that's death. This is also pretty much death. But if I make it all the way over here, oh no, I'm gonna die, except if I jump around it. Okay. And then we're met with this very ominous looking box here that we can already see has a button that's connected to the top door. Very ominous looking button here. Okay, I want to do something with this section, I think. I want to put something above the line here. I feel like that's going to be like the whole gimmick. Is that we have to like determine whether or not to cross this line in the level. Just out of curiosity. What happens if I remove that? I should just put my snail closer, but whatever. Like, what happens here? It falls through the gap, right? Surely? The conveyors are moving too slow? I mean, even if the conveyors were moving at, like, max speed, it still wouldn't be able to jump the gap, right? Yeah, it falls down. Okay. So I was thinking, you know, maybe we could like replace some of the blocks in the tower with fake blocks. And if the snowman has enough momentum, maybe he could like still jump over the blocks, and then we could like have something fall from the ceiling while we're watching the tower happen. But that does not seem like it would work. We could do it with doors. The problem is that the player can see the door even on top of regular blocks. No, there's no like offset for these blocks. And I don't think there's anything in this game that's wider than a block. Like a movable enemy that's wider than one block, is there? This thing? What even is this thing, man? What do you do? You just bounce around and you have a good time. Okay, fair enough. Whatever. That's fine. Okay. What do we do here now? There were streams made for far dumber purposes. Yeah, but they weren't my streams, right? I would never do that. All of my streams are content gold mines, right? Maybe make it danger so the player doesn't have a lot of time to decide whether to enter the box or not. Ooh. Interesting. What is this block? It just spits fire, right? How high does the fire go? Okay, but we can't like move it or activate it on using the wiring system. So maybe that's not a great idea. So here's an idea. Collide with player. You have to get past though. Okay, we get rid of these three. And then let's move it over here. Okay, we've got shinies. We've got shinies, but if the player attempts to collect the shinies, give me a gate, make it a 1 requirement gate, give me a power generator, bam. That's gonna have to need to be 3. Give me this, and then make this a 3 requirement thing. Boom, boom, boom. And this one, I think. Okay, so now in theory, what should happen? No. Wait, what? No, my logic's wrong here. So I was thinking we would close this door again if the player tried to collect these three things. And then we could have a bunch of stuff fall from the sky. But what would the logic here have to be? Like, it would have to be closed while this had been touched, but neither of these? No, it needs to be closed. If this and neither of them, or if all three of them. Okay, give me a second here. We're gonna map this out. Okay. So we have door 1, door 2, door 3, and then we have like the activator things, right? These hitboxes. Hitbox 1, 2, and 3, going from left to right. Right? 1, 2, and 3, and then we have the door. So if we have like 0, 1, 0, 1, whoops, 1, 0. You know what? Let's do it this way. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. 0, 0, 0. Nope. This one's supposed to be 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Because, like, there has to be an easier way to set up this logic, right? Okay. So, if none of the hitboxes have been activated, the door should be open. If only the third one is activated, that's not even, like, possible, so we'll just say open. If only the second one, again, not possible. Not possible. The first one has to be activated. So if only the first one is activated, excuse me, the door should be closed. That's not possible. If the first and the second one, then it should be open. And if all three of them, it should be closed, right? So it's like, it's literally only these two scenarios in which the door should be closed. So that means that door 1 has to be, or hitbox 1 has to be activated. And then we do an XNOR gate on hitbox 2 and 3, right? Because it's either 00 or 11. So XOR would be this one or this one. XNOR would be these two. Okay, how do we do that in Will You Snail? There was the blindfolded map stream. Hey, that was like that was useful at least. What even is this thing? How do you do? He has seen it hundreds of times. Listen. I don't remember things. How do you make an XNOR gate? It's probably something stupid, right? This feels like a ridiculous circuit to be making. Because it's like... Because like we need the AND gate, right? At the very end. Which is going to be this thing. It's going to be hooked up to this. But then we need... like either both of these, or we need to invert both of these, and then OR it with... No, we would need to AND them first. Right, so it'd be like... It'd be like this. So it's either both of them or neither of them. Right? So this one is this and this. This just inverts whatever is here. And then this hands them together. And then that would have to be connected here. And then this is connected here, right? Something kind of stupid like this. Something kind of dumb like this. Although, I don't know, the wiring system in this game is questionable, so this might not actually work. Let's see what happens. Of course, I could have just gotten my logic wrong. Okay, that part works. And then we hit this hitbox, and it goes away. And then we come back. Oh my god, it worked. That is exactly what I wanted that door to do. God damn, I'm a genius. I'm so smart, dude. Oh. Okay, is it possible to hit this hitbox like as you're coming at it, maybe? Firewall does use wiring system? I'm sorry, what? Oh, it does. It has a little icon. Well, why didn't you tell me that sooner? What the heck? I just made this whole circuit. Hear me out. Maybe when you cross the door, it closes again and the spikes get dropped on you like the start of the level if you cross the line. We could do that again. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of doing something different in this little thing. Logic gates in Will You Snail and is simple, but I have no clue how to make XOR. It's just this. This is XOR. It's just a one requirement gate with a power going into it. Wait. No, that is it. No, not with the power going into it. It's just the one required thing, right? That's an XOR? Yeah. This is an XOR gate. Wait, did I massively overcomplicate this? Does that mean I just need, like... Okay, so this works. This works. Question is, did I massively overcomplicate this? Is this all we need? Just an XOR and then inverted. Does that also work? I think I massively overcomplicated it. Okay, it does not work. Why does it not work? Okay, let's disconnect it from here maybe. Okay, there we go. So now it closes, and then we come up here and it opens, and then we jump up here and it closes again. Okay, so I did massively overcomplicate things. Okay, let's maybe ignore my comments earlier about being a genius. I think I think maybe I'm just slightly average. That might be a little bit more accurate. There we go. That's a little bit simpler of a circuit, huh? I make logic gate for a living. Lie. I do study them. That's cool. I took half of a digital circuits class in college. Did I take half? I don't remember. I might have completed that class actually. I don't know, man. COVID happened in the middle of my first year of college. I don't remember what classes I took. Okay, so I want to test if it's possible to hit this hitbox like as you're coming from the left side, because ideally I want the player to have to decide. I want the player to have to make a conscious choice to hit that. Yeah. Okay, so I don't think it's possible to hit this hitbox without dropping down to the ground first and then deciding to jump back up to it. So if you do that, you get all the shinies, but now you're trapped in a box, which will also close this door. So you're not allowed to go into the box after you collected, after you collected the shiny. And then a bunch of stuff drops on your head. What should we have drop on the player's head? Is this enjoyable? I asked a question. Is it fun for me to just sit here and wait for the answer? Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. I can ask a question. People can just like decide not to answer the question at all if they wanted to. And then I'm just sitting here. I'm just saying, like, that is why I do not wait for answers from chat. I will ask a question and move on, and then check back later, because it's just kind of boring, you know? What reason does the player have to collect the shinies? And I think keeping the obviously dangerous box open is better. No, but I want to make it so that if they do collect the shinies, they're guaranteed to die. But if they collect the shinies and then they're still allowed to go into the box, then they could potentially live. But I don't want the player to get away with the shinies. Also, the player has absolutely no incentive to collect the shinies. That's why they're shinies. Entirely optional. But they give you dopamine for collecting them, so I would like to punish the player for doing that. Stone just staring at the camera stream when? That's what I'm talking about. Like, I asked, what should drop on the player's head? And nobody said anything. So it's just me staring at the camera. That's my point. I will ask a question and then proceed to move on with the stream because it's boring if I just wait for people to answer because they could just choose not to. Or they could wait a long time or some other third thing. We could just have like a bunch of fish rain down, but the problem is fish make noise. Not a huge fan of that. Do we just rain snails? I have 2 snails in my inventory now. I feel like we should make it rain. Oh, also we can actually like kind of use currents now. I haven't been able to utilize them because I haven't made underwater levels. Yeah, I mean, like, what if we just have a bunch of snails? Where's a door? Door. Open really fast, closed. Yeah. Oh, it's still got that offset. Okay. So we go over here, door closes, we dodge this thing, and then we try and collect the shinies. We're not allowed to escape. Oh. Okay, so we're not guaranteed to die because there's this little pocket here, but we are forced to die because there's no other way to progress. Could make it rain jellyfish? What happens if we make it rain jellyfish? Do I have to, like, close them in? Can they even see me? Or am I too far away? I'm probably too far away. Okay, so jellyfish don't work. We could just drop snowmen. Release drones on the player, guaranteed death then, or nanobots for that matter. That'd be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. Is there a way we could like hide the block breaking things? I don't really think so. So we just cover the floor. And then we have a bunch of balls that are really bouncy. Why are they offset like that? Don't do that. something like this. And then ever so slowly they get closer and closer to hitting the spikes, and then eventually you die. That works. That kind of works, no? Pop a ball off screen? Eh. That's kind of lame, though. Plus, I've done that in one of in the second level in this campaign. I think I did a very similar thing where I popped a ball off screen. So when I said it was lame, I just meant like there we go. Just because I've already done it before. It would be kind of lame to use the same trick twice, yeah? You can collect all of them, and then by the time you realize, it's too late. There's no way to prevent all of the basketballs from touching the ground, and then you're just dead. Could be an alternate route. If the player juggles balls enough, they can progress. And hang on, is that even like, is that even possible? Like, how long could you realistically... Oh, this door. I have to hit these hitboxes. I forgot I put in logic for that. Ugh. Is it at all reasonable to juggle these balls for any significant amount of time? If I just jump straight up, okay, that goes off into Neverland. Nope, okay. I mean, like, you maybe could juggle it for a while, but I don't know. Am I collecting these because the basketballs are hitting them? Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Did I? I don't think I knew about that. Nope, nope. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I can't boop it. Boop. Uh-oh. Okay, well. I don't know. It does seem, like, exceedingly difficult. Like, I could maybe make... Maybe make a timer. Oh, yeah, okay. But I don't, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think it matters that much. I kind of like where it is now. Yeah. Okay. So, you go into the box. We should probably make it so that it's not so obvious that you can like get dropped out of the bottom. So what if we did something like we just made a giant wall here, but some of them are fake. So you drop down and then you can go over here. So then you go into the box and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna die very slowly in like 5 minutes because this snowman is about to kill me, and hit this button. And there's nothing that I can do to stop it. Oh my goodness, I fell down. Whoa, there's no way. This is a secret. Okay. Only slight problem is this should also be a fake block because they could be standing like in this half block here. So we do this, and then, I mean, we can make it so that they just pop up on the other side here, right? Or we make an invisible maze. That sounds terrible. Too much effort for it. Kind of, yeah. All right, what do we do? So we have to keep in mind that the player has just watched an incredibly long cutscene. I think it would be funny to immediately kill them. Thoughts? How should we do that? What happens if they have a homing gun and they're up against like just like a regular-ish enemy? Oh, interesting. It like shoots in the direction that you're moving. Huh. I didn't actually know that. That's interesting. Okay. I have no good ideas. Do you have any not good ideas? We could use a baby squid. We could use an army of baby squid. Make another box identical to the first one, and a third one that does actually kill you if you stay in it. We could do that. I think we need like a something in between. We can't just have like 3 boxes immediately in a row, right? We gotta have something in between. And we're probably gonna have to make it like 1. So it's like here is where the camera gets cut off. So I think anything past that, the player's not going to be able to see, right? Is that right? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I think that's like almost perfectly lined up, basically. Okay, so whatever we build, it's got to be like within this, because then we know that they're not going to be able to sneak a peek over here. Because the whole idea is that we want them to believe that they're going to die. But if they see like a bunch of enemies and stuff over here, it's probably going to be obvious, but you know. Okay. Just putting in some variety here. Okay. That probably works. Okay. They mustn't be right after another. Yeah, yeah. Protectors are masters of instantly killing you. I really wish that the guns were affected by physics, because it'd be so funny to like yeet a gun power up at the player while they're surrounded by breakable blocks. These guys. The problem is I don't think these guys. Oh, also we need a camera change. Problem is these guys, their detection range is like, it's really difficult to make it just off camera. Like it's definitely possible, but it's like it's kind of hard to make it so that the player can't just like jump up and see a bunch of these guys waiting, you know. So let me get the camera thing so we can reset the player's view. touch for the first time. Okay. And we'll just put it here, I guess. Shoot. I just accidentally got rid of the other one. What was it, like 170 something? 173 negative something 5? Put it over here. Oh, and then it was power for the first time, actually. Okay, is that right? That's a little bit too far. Okay, don't zoom out that much. Maybe go a little bit further. I don't want it to go that far up. Okay. Okay, that seems good. I know I've worked with the enemy more than all other. They're finicky but effective. I can't believe they only exist in like one level. Is it like an event campaign that they're also in? I don't remember. But like I remember playing there, it might have been custom levels. But I definitely remember playing levels that were like used them very effectively. Okay. Cool. Some might even say cool. I'm actually going to do this, I think. I'm going to do that. Let me get some more fake blocks. Let's just like go all the way over here, shall we? Shall we? Get rid of everything here, because this is like the limit, right? Yeah. Is that the limit? Because I accidentally removed the camera, so now I'm going to have to... Okay, can the players see that? They can see basically the entire thing. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much perfect. So now everything over here is free game. It doesn't look too obvious that there's a path there as well. So that's kind of good. Okay. So you run to the right, you get to this area, and then something magical happens. Something magical. Probably. To be fair, Jonas loved using features for a single level and dumping them, right? Like, how are there so few basketball levels, man? There's so much potential for that thing. Invisible Maze seems appropriate for a troll level. Yeah, but like again, I want the player to have a good time at least. An Invisible Maze is just kind of tedious, you know? Like, I don't feel like it's difficult. It's just kind of annoying. I'm fine with killing the player. I just want them to have fun while it's happening. You know? Could we do anything with bubbles? We could make like a super vertical section where you just have to go up and dodge a bunch of stuff in a bubble. There's so much potential for that thing. Well, there are like 5 games cramped in Will You Snail. The whole game is amazing. Very true. Very true. Oops. Okay. Can we... Can we... Yeah, just make this like regular. Rotation speed 10. Yeah, sure, I guess. Okay, what happens here? Okay, let me rotate it the other way. Negative 90. Okay. And now we make the level vertical. We have tower defense, platformer, Rotherham game? Platformer? What is that word? It's a market in South Yorkshire. Rhythm game platform. Oh, okay, okay. That is intentionally annoying, but could be fun in non-rage game, basketball, racing, etc. Yeah, I mean, I think the game has a lot of mechanics, but I feel like you're right in that they're only used in like a couple of levels. You know, like there's not a whole lot you can do with the race levels because it's kind of just like, oh yeah, you got to beat the level fast. Like there's basically nothing different between the race levels and just a regular level but with a timer. So like there's not a whole lot you can do with the race levels, but a lot of the other mechanics I feel like could be used. Okay, so like we get in the bubble and then we can use left and right to go up and down, and then we just make like we just make a vertical Geometry Dash level basically. That's probably a good idea, right? Give me a 90-degree. You have to wait through this incredibly long cutscene, and then you get to play vertical Geometry Dash. Perfect. It's swing copter. And like we could do like some weird stuff where you have to play around with momentum, right? Like if you're going too fast, then you're gonna run into these spikes. But if you intentionally run into this barrier, you could like make it past, right? Give me them 180-degree spikes. You know, like, oh, you might be able to make that. Hang on. I have to make this now. Okay, yeah, you can make that. In that case, can I get away with making it like this big, actually? This is... Ow. Wait, do you pop the bubble when you run into the ceiling, right? Yeah, okay. So maybe we can't actually do that. I forgot that this was sideways. Okay. This is starting to turn into not a troll level. This, I feel like it's a fun idea, but maybe we should have some different ideas going on here. The idea is too good for this level? Yeah, it should be its own level. I just wanted to do something with the bubble, but... We also have not done anything with currents yet. I'm very hesitant to make anything that's like extremely difficult because of the fact that we just got out of a very long cutscene. Okay, so what do we have? Something like this. So you have to go to the left here. The currents still affect bubbles, right? They do. Okay, okay, okay. So then you just have a bunch of them that are facing in the opposite direction. Perfect. And now you're just stuck in the corner. Phenomenal. And you have a sideways camera. I wonder if you can make that. Hang on. No, that was terrible. Oops. Oh, it's so close. If I get enough momentum, I might actually be able to make it through this. Oh no. It is really trippy with the sideways camera though. Oh, dang it. Oh. It's so close, dude. It's so close. Hear me out. There's an enemy in front of you, but there's a current above you. So if you try to jump, you get directed into spikes. So there are fake blocks that drop the enemy down when it approaches you. Interesting. Oh my word! That has to be possible. Oh. I can set that up here in a second. I have to know if this is possible. No, that was too early. Dude, it's gotta be possible. It's gotta be possible. No, I clipped the corner. That was too late. No, let me out. Okay. Watching the currents for the second time this stream. Okay, so from what I understand, there be an enemy that approacheth. This one maybe? There be an enemy. And then you've got a bunch of currents here that go into some spikes. No, don't mess with the scale, the rotation. Oops. And then you're saying we want a fake block like here-ish. Well, maybe not like that. Something like this, right? Does this guy not move towards me? Oh, he does. Okay. Why is the activation range so short? What? Is this a global setting also? It is not, okay. Dude, you have to get really close to this thing. Okay, in that case, let's move it closer. To like here. So if you jump, you get pulled into the current. You have to like bait it and then wait, what? Why did it not fall in the hole? Why is it what? There is hole, no? Hole, what? Why not hole? Gravity? Gravity. That is why not hole. How about now? Still no. Okay. Now hole? What? Is it not affected by gravity? Or it doesn't go through the blocks. It doesn't go through these fake blocks, right? I was thinking current pointing up so you're constantly underneath and can't see the spikes. Because at the current setup, it doesn't really work. There could even be a bridge that covers the hole after the enemy falls in. I mean, the enemy's not gonna fall in because like it's not affected by these blocks, or like it treats these blocks as the same, right? Like it can't get to me now because it treats the fake blocks as if they're real. So it would have to be like a door that I retract. But if it's a door, then the player can see it, and it's like, that's not much of a troll, unfortunately. Very unfortunate that doors are visible. I know some enemies go through these blocks. Maybe snails work. Oops. Oh, it does. It does go through the blocks. Okay. Activation or copy distance, I guess. Just get rid of this. Ow. Okay, and then you said upwards facing currents. Kind of like this. Oh my word. Okay. That's interesting. I can get that close to the spike and it's fine. Aww. Surely with enough momentum I can make that gap. No, okay. Above the player? Oh, I see, I see. So instead of these here, it's like this. And then there would be a spiked ceiling. No, not the scale, the rotation. Like this, you mean? Whoop, stop. Except I would not immediately die, ideally. Like that, I guess. Ouch. And then that would fall into the hole, and then somehow I would be able to make it out. Oh. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Deeper hole? We deepen the hole. Yeah, that can work. Currents above the enemy? It's like if we, whoop, not that. If we just expand this. Haha, I got him to leave. Oh, I'm in a hole. Okay. Then I could go like that. There we go. Easy. Let's do something like this so we can't just like, you know, make it exit this little area. Problem then is I am fine because the enemy gets stuck up there. Okay. So I guess there's just like multiple ways to get around that then. It almost works. If I start from all the way over here though, then doesn't it like immediately fall in that hole? Kind of. And it's just kind of rough because like I can't just full jump there. I do kind of have to be precise, which is, I don't know, maybe annoying? Well. I don't know. I'm not super sure how to make that work. Communication without a tone of voice is hard. It's just not as fun as I imagined. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like the player only really has one option, like when they encounter this. Like, unless there's a different path for the player to go, like say there's like some other way for the player to explore. Because like if the player sees this, they're like, oh, okay, that looks impossible, so I'm gonna go explore somewhere else. But if this is the only obvious path to go, then like their only option is to approach. At which point, like, okay, then the answer is kind of obvious. So like, it strikes me as something that's good for like a normal level, but I don't know that it's good for a troll level. You know what I mean? This is just garbage, by the way. This is that's just all garbage. That is just all garbage. Unless we do something like this. No, let me rotate. Rotate. Okay. So the camera turns sideways, right? They have to avoid these spikes, and then they also have to avoid getting hit by the currents here. I mean, they can just jump out if they want to, so it's not like that bad. So maybe we should add more currents. Phenomenal. Okay. So then they've got this gap that they have to get into. And maybe because of that, we should actually move where the bubble is located. Let's put it like over here-ish. And then where's the camera? Does this still have the same settings? Does it still rotate? Yeah, okay. So now they got to go back up here. And that's not actually that difficult. I kind of want to make it more difficult. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe just the fact that the camera rotates makes it weird. And then we'll make it rotate again over here. So they'll be upside down. So they get over here, they go this way, and now they're upside down. And then you have to get into... You have to avoid... Why did they increase in scale? Okay. You have to avoid these spikes and jump into another bubble, which will then rotate the camera again. Oops. This is amazing. This is the perfect level. Just seems like normal gameplay to me with like the bubble stuff. Oh, okay. Now I'm upside down. I'm just fully upside down. Okay, so I kind of need... I feel like the camera shifting makes it... makes it interesting. Like, it doesn't have to be for a long time, you know? We could just make this be the whole section, and then it's like, okay, the camera returns to normal as soon as you're over here. Rotate. Something like this. I can picture a fun level with rotating bubble. It's just Geometry Dash again. No, it's a troll level. It's not Geometry Dash. Oh my word. Okay, now I'm upside down. Okay, there we go. So like it's not like a super long section. It's just kind of confusing, and it's gonna make you, because again, you have to keep in mind that this is the section that it comes immediately after this really long cutscene. So if they mess this up even once, they have to sit through this cutscene again. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what we should do? Let's do this. Generate power, visible. Let's put this here. That way this line only extends like that. Because it's kind of not relevant anymore, but... Yo, what's up, Scale? I need to gaslight my friend? I'm in. What are we talking about? I'm inclined to agree. I just don't want to be a contrarian in this case. Is your name spelled $T 0%? What is that? The euro symbol? Yeah, of course. That's how my name is spelled. I definitely know those characters because I have used them all the time when I spell my name. Ark, Kansas, not Kansas. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Then we have spikes here. Okay. There we go. And now we continue to the right. To the right, to the right. Okay. We need... Now we do the second box. We do the second box, right? I bought Terraria for my phone and haven't played it once since I got it. It was $4.99. $5 for Terraria is not a bad deal. All right, we have second box. At least you're supporting indie devs. True. All right, second box. We should probably have the same sort of setup where this door is offset so that we can have the trigger. Player here, which will then close the door in behind the player. Okay. Let's see what this level is like from the very beginning, shall we? So we're over here. We can just exit the level, right? Oh, we're dead. Okay, we'll drop down here, and oh, we're dead. Okay, I guess we need to go to the right. So let's go to the right. Whoops, I didn't jump. All right, let's see what happens when we touch this line. Oh, we're dead because we get hit with a bunch of spikes. Okay. Let's go over here and we jump around this thing. And we go up. Okay, that's fine. Let's collect the shinies. Oh no, now I can't progress. I can't go where the arrow says. Aw, too bad. I'll just have to collect all these shinies. Oh wait, there's a bunch of balls falling from the ceiling and they're gonna hit the spikes and kill me. I'm gonna stay alive for as long as I can. Nope, I accidentally hit that one down. Okay, well, I'm dead. All right. Well, I kind of jumped a little bit early. But we go this way, we dodge this thing, and then we go into the box. Oh no, I'm stuck in the box, and there's a snowman that's going to kill me. What? I was spamming jump too much. Yay, now I get to watch that entire cutscene again. I feel like I should make this slightly faster. I just have to not spam jump when he hits the button. Whoa! That's wild. Now I'm in this room. Oh, the camera switched. Okay, well. Oh, okay. And now I have to play the entire level with an upside down camera now. Okay, sure. All right, there we go. Camera's back to normal. It's a feature. I meant to make it that way. Oh my word. Okay. I'm upside down. This is not what I wanted to happen. Okay, well. Yeah, that section's kind of brutal for a troll level like this. Whoops. I want to throw up. I was a fool thinking it was inadequate for a troll level. Yeah, especially since you have to do like the first bit upside down too. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna make this part faster, because like the section that comes after is not simple. It's taken me 9 minutes. I can't even beat my own level, dude. I know what the correct route is, and I still can't seem to beat my own level. Oh. Wait, no. I'm not supposed to go that way. I just, like... I'm supposed to go, like, just a little bit to the left. Like this. Okay, there we go. Finally got to the end of that section. All right, cool. And now I'm trapped in a box. Perfect. Easy. See, it's so simple. It's so simple. You just like go up here, you double jump into this bubble, and then you take it up to the right. You know, it's so simple. Okay. I am going to speed up the conveyor belts just out of curiosity. What happens if I make them uber fast? Oh, I'm bad. I feel like that's better. Like it's still slow enough, you know? Feel like that's okay. Ow. And now you have to play the beginning of it with the upside down camera. I kind of like that. I kind of like this. I am gonna have to finish this level another time, though. It's been about 3 hours, and I believe we have Speed Snailing Saturday, right? Is that today? Event. Is that not today? Starting soon, yeah. Wait, has that already started? I thought it wasn't until 30 minutes from now. What the? Okay. I'm late to my own event. I mean, nobody's in the VC anyway, so it's not like it... Nobody's even in the VC. Okay, dude. Whatever. We're gonna wrap things up anyway. I feel like that's a pretty decent troll level. It's 12:30 a.m. I must go. I'm about to end stream right now, so perfect timing. But yeah. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hope to see you in the next stream, whenever that'll be, but until then, see you later. Bye.